Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new, and welcome to another 24-hour reading vlog. Yes, that is right. Today we are attempting another 24 hours of reading. This time, however, we're not going to do it like my viral TikTok reading vlog. We are just going to do real-time 24 hours. So I'm going to go from 1 PM today to 1 PM tomorrow, and we're going to see how many books I can read in an actual 24-hour time period. I will be eating, I will be sleeping, I will be catering to all my basic human needs, but I'll also be trying to read as much as I possibly can. And thanks to many of your requests, today I'm going to be reading thrillers. That's right, I'm going to be reading only thrillers for the next 24 hours. All the books I have here are the books that I used in my Try a Chapter reading vlog, which I did a couple of weeks ago now I think, where I read the first chapter in each of these books and ranked them in terms of which ones I was most excited for based on that first chapter. And today I'm going to read them in order of how I ranked them. So I'll be starting off with Rock Paper Scissors by Alice Feeney. I am so excited for this one. Then I'll be going on to They Never Learn by Fargo, and then hopefully onto The Twins by L.b Matthews. And being realistic, we're probably not going to get onto any more, but if there is time, I also have Before I Say I Do by Vicky Bradley and I Found You by Lisa Jewell. So that is the plan for today. I am very excited. I'm actually going to be doing this little readathon with my good friend Leah. She, I think, is also starting at 1 PM. We're both supposed to start at 12 PM, but it's now like 5 to 1, so not gonna happen, is it? But it is 1 PM in literally like 2 minutes, so I'm gonna get myself all set up and get ready to start the readathon, starting with my first ever Alice Feeney book. Alright you guys, it is 1 PM, so I am going to start a little timer just to keep track of how many hours I've been reading for, because maths ain't my strong point. So let the readathon commence. I'm just coming in with my hour check-in, and so far I'm doing really well. I'm on page 73 of this book, so I've read over 70 pages in that first hour, and this book is so good. I can't put it down. Like, even if I wasn't doing this readathon right now, there's no way I would be putting this book down. It is so good so far. There's so much intrigue. We're following Adam and Amelia, who are a married couple, and they have gone to this old, like, renovated church chapel in the Scottish Highlands, and they're staying there for the weekend to try and like save their marriage. But the chapel itself is creepy AF, and then on top of that, these two are keeping lots of secrets from themselves and from each other. So we're getting both their perspectives, and they keep saying things like, oh, like if only he knew this, or oh, like she doesn't know my plan for this weekend, and like there's lots going on, as well as we're also getting letters in and about this written by Amelia, who wrote a letter every year on their wedding anniversary and has kept all these letters with the idea that maybe one day she will give them to him, or they will help him when he brings out one of his screenplays, like they will like add to the story, that sort of thing. So at this point we don't know if he has read these letters yet or not, but we are seeing each one, like each anniversary as they progress, so we can kind of see what's happened to their marriage and why it is like completely broken down. But yeah, there is just so many lies between these two. Like, all of these yellow tabs are for like foreshadowing or something that I think is going to be like a clue to what's going on, and there are so many lines that I'm like, what the heck does that mean? What the heck is coming? I have literally no clue where this book is going, but I cannot wait to find out. I am absolutely loving it so far, and I've heard amazing things, so I have very high expectations. But like I said, I'm on like page 72, 73, and this book is about 310 pages altogether, so I'm hoping this one will maybe be like 4 hours max. If it's taking me an hour to get 72 pages in, yeah, like between 3.5, 4 hours. Does that sound doable? Maybe not. Maybe that's not. Maybe like 4 and 5 hours. Oh, I don't know. Somewhere in that region. All I know is that I'm going to completely enjoy my time reading this. So yeah, I'm just going to get back to reading and I'll give you an update later. Okay, I was getting kind of peckish, so I'm having some of these duckless vegan spring rolls. Alright you guys, we are just over 5 hours into this little readathon and I have just finished my first book. And all I'm going to say is that if you like thrillers, you need to read this book ASAP. This is 100% one of my new favourite thrillers ever. Like, it's definitely a 5-star read. It was so good, so creepy, and you guys know I love creepy vibes in a thriller. This one, set in that like gothic old chapel and like all these weird things going on, was so creepy. The book had me on the edge of my seat the whole way through. Like I've already said, if I wasn't doing a readathon today, I still think this would have been a one-sit read because I just did not want to put it down. There were so many twists in this that my mind is still blown. Like, every time I thought that we couldn't top the last twist, there was another one, and I'm just in shock. Like, I'm in awe of Alice Feeney's writing because this was just so well done. Like, I didn't see so much of that coming, but once it came, it still made so much sense. And yeah, definitely 100% a new favourite thriller, and I'm so glad that I started off with it because it means I've got off to such a good start with this. It's always good when you start a readathon with a book that you really like that you don't want to put down, because I feel like it like gets you off to a good start and like makes you want to keep reading. So my next book is going to be They Never Learn by Lane Fargo, and if you watched my Try a Chapter reading vlog, you will already know my thoughts on like the premise of this. But basically we follow two characters, I believe. One of them is Dr. Clark, who is a English professor at a university, and every year she kills a bad man, like a student or a guy on campus who is a bad person. It says every year Dr. Clark searches for the worst man at Gorman University and plots his demise. But then when she's preparing for her biggest kill yet, the school start probing into the body count on campus. She like gets herself involved in the investigation, very Criminal Minds-esque, and it says everything's going according to her master plan until she loses control with her latest victim. And then we also have Carly, who is a student at this university. She's in her freshman year. She is like escaping quite a bad home life, I think, and just wants to like get lost in university. But then her roommate Alison is assaulted at a party and Carly becomes obsessed with getting revenge on her attacker. And then somehow I'm assuming these two women's paths are gonna cross, and I can't wait for it. When I read the first chapter in my last vlog, I absolutely loved it. It gave me such Mindfuck series vibes, and if you know me, you will know the Mindfuck series by S.T. Abbey is one of my favourite series ever. I just loved it, and yeah, I cannot wait to read about some more feminist serial killers. Bring it on. So I'm gonna start this one. I think I'm gonna go have something to eat first of all because I'm starving. So I'm gonna have something to eat, maybe just have like a little rest with some TV or something while I eat, and then I'm gonna get straight back to reading. This one is, I think it's about 340 pages, so it's like 30 pages longer than Rock Paper Scissors. So my goal is to finish this one tonight before I go to bed. I'd really love to get a second book read before I go to sleep, and then I'll go to bed, refresh myself, and hopefully get up at a good time tomorrow morning so that I can read another book before the readathon ends at 1 PM. Am I being too ambitious? Probably, but we live in hope. So yeah, I'm gonna have a little break now, get some food, and then I'm gonna start They Never Learn. Guys, I have just reached the halfway point of They Never Learn, so I'm on page 172 and my mind is blown. There is a huge twist just before the halfway point that I did not even contemplate. Like, I had no idea that was coming whatsoever. I wish I got my reaction on camera because I properly gasped out loud. Like, I'm still shook. I did not see that coming. It's made the book even better. Probably one of the best twists I've ever read. I absolutely loved it and I'm loving this book. Everything about it. Scarlett in particular is just such a badass female character. Like, this strong, intelligent English professor who is also a serial killer who murders disgusting men. Like, what better main character could we possibly have? There's just so much in this, like so many little one-liners that are really witty but also full of like female rage. There's so many just like little observations about sexism and about our society, and there are so many things that just make you, I think as a woman particularly, so angry to read because they're just little moments or little comments from male characters that obviously this author is like purposely trying to put a spotlight on, but they're things that we literally hear on a daily basis. I honestly think it's just such a clever novel. It's so well written, but with an amazing, like, thrilling serial killer plot as well. If you were a fan of the Mindfuck series by S.T. Abbey, you definitely have to read this book because it's got very similar vibes. It's also got like a very sexy undertone to it as well, and I think it's like done in a very interesting way because we have had like male characters who've commented on how girls are like asking for it, or any female character who dresses slightly provocatively in this, there is a man there ogling her or commenting on her. We've got that side of things, but we've also got like this really sexy serial killer who's like really in charge of her own sexuality, and we've got some very like smutty moments almost, but they're like a mix of like sex and rage. It's just a very, very interesting concept and a very interesting part of the novel. But yeah, I'm absolutely loving it so far. I cannot wait to see how this one turns out. Like I said, I'm halfway through, but it is currently 20 to 11. So we're 9 hours and 39 minutes? 9 hours and 40 minutes into this readathon. Ideally, like I said, I would really love to finish this one tonight, but it's 20 to 11 and I am usually like settling down to sleep at this time. So I'm not sure how realistic that is now. I feel like I'm reading this a lot slower than I thought I would. I don't know why. I mean, it does have quite small font, so we'll blame it on that. I'm going to try and read some more just now, but I'm just not sure how hopeful I am that I am going to finish this tonight. Guys, it's now 5 past midnight, so we have been reading for 11 hours and I literally have 100 pages left of this book. Just 100 pages, but I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I think I'm gonna have to sleep and then finish this off in the morning. Alright guys, I'm up. I've got my caffeine. It's time to finish this book. Alrighty, book 2 of the readathon is complete. This book, holy crap, this book was so good. I know I seem to have been saying this a lot recently because I just seem to keep reading really, really good books, but I think this might be my new favourite book of all time. Like, and from now on, if people ask me what my favourite book is, I think I'm going to say this because Oh my goodness. Obviously 5 out of 5 stars, absolutely incredible. Everything I said before, it was just continued throughout the book, like so much feminism in this, but done in the best way. It was just like so full of seduction, wit and rage the whole way through, and it just honestly, I don't know if I'm getting over it anytime soon. The twists as well, it was so twisty. Although one of them I did see coming, but it was still like a really good twist. The ending was absolutely perfect. Like more than I could have wished for. Yeah. Just freaking amazing. I need to read Temper by Fargo now. I am absolutely in love with her and her writing. This was amazing. If you love the Mindfuck series and you want to read about more feminist serial killers, then you need to get this book because it is just incredible. So yeah, that is the second book of this readathon done. I don't have my phone on me right now, but it is 10:30. I think you can kind of see that. So I have literally 2.5 hours left of this readathon, so there's no way I'm going to finish another book. But I am going to start one and we'll see how much I can get read. So I'm going to go on to The Twins by L.b Matthews. In this one, obviously, we follow two twins who live very different lives now that they are adults, but there is something from their childhood that haunts them both, some like trauma, some unspeakable event. And it says, when the terrible secret comes to light, they are pitted against each other in a race for survival. But can there be a winner when the truth is so dark? This one again is supposed to be like a really twisty, good thriller. This one I think will read a lot faster than They Never Learn, because I feel like I read that fairly slowly, but there was just so much to it. Like it was quite an intelligent novel, I would say. So yeah, I'm looking forward to going back to like just another good like twisty plotted thriller, and hopefully I'll love it just as much as the last two, but I really don't see anything ever topping this ever again. So yeah, right now I'm gonna get some breakfast and I am gonna get started on my third book. Okie dokie, it has officially been 24 hours since we started this little readathon, and I did actually manage to read half of The Twins by L.b Matthews, so I'm on page 181, so I'm literally halfway through exactly. This one is definitely a very quick read. Like I just found myself racing through it, just the way it's written. I feel like They Never Learn was more sort of like intellectually written, if that makes sense. There's a lot more to it, whereas this one is like just like a good fun tense thriller. There's a lot of questions being brought up so far about this past event. We've got the two twins, Margot and Cora, and Margot doesn't remember what happened on this night. Their younger sister is 2 years younger than him, died that night, but we don't know how, we don't know what happened, and Margot can't remember, but she's slowly starting to get like snippets of what might have happened. So we're watching her on this journey to figure out what happened that night, whereas Cora is trying to stop her from figuring it out, and we have no idea why, but I am definitely intrigued. I will probably finish this one tonight, to be honest. I'd probably just like sit down and bang out the second half in one sitting at some point, but for the sake of the readathon, I will be finishing just now. So I'm not gonna lie, that was a pretty successful 24 hours. I finished 2 5-star books. One of them is my new favourite book of all time. Plus I got halfway through another one, and to be honest, I probably could have finished this, but I was going quite easy on myself, making sure I got enough sleep. I've showered and everything this morning. I took little breaks to watch some friends, so I definitely think I could have finished 3 books in this time period if I'd been like more strict about it, but I just wanted to have a good time, have a nice little readathon with Leah, and I have definitely done that. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you got some good thriller recommendations from this. I would definitely recommend both of those 2 thrillers, obviously, that I read first of all, particularly They Never Learn, but Rock Paper Scissors was also just so good and atmospheric and creepy. But that will conclude today's vlog. If you made it to the end of this video, then pop the star emoji down below for all of the 5-star reads in this wonderful readathon. Pop that down below just to let me know that you made it to the end of this video and that you enjoyed your time here. But as always, if you did enjoy the video, then do please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe for more bookish content from me. Comment down below with any of your thoughts and feelings. I do reply to every single comment. I love you all, and I will see you in my next one.